Yo, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. Also in this video, we will be looking at Block, ticker symbol SQ. One thing both of these companies have in common is that they both have earnings on Thursday this week, which is November 2nd. So Palantir has earnings before market opens, and Block has earnings after hours. And so I just wanted to go over some things that I noticed with both of these stocks that I think makes them fairly interesting. And I'm going to start with Palantir, which I wish that I had picked up a bunch of shares when it was down here around $6 a share, but we're now at $14.80, and so I'm just going to throw up some lines that I've drawn here, which looks like it might be a bull flag, just this wedge pattern, and currently the price is in that wedge. So with earnings coming up just in a couple days, it looks like there's some potential upside to the top of the wedge. However, there's also some potential downside to the bottom of this wedge. And so if we look at some different levels that it might go to, or specifically starting with the level that it's at, it looks like there might be some support there with this red candle here that had a low of 1462. So that's right around the price that we're at right now. So I'm just going to throw a horizontal line up there. So it looks like where it's at, which it did bounce between yesterday and today. Today is, by the way, October 31st. Happy Halloween. And so, today it did bounce. And so we're currently trading above that level. But thinking about earnings, what's potential upside? It could go up to this, the top of this wedge, which is as high as, about $17 a share. But realistically, with these tops here that have served as resistance, it's possible that, let's see, right around $16 could serve as resistance. With that being an even round number, that does make sense that that could be a level, excuse me, that the price would stop at. And then if we look down, if it does break below this trend line, which would be at a price of about $14 a share, something like that, the next level that it looks like it might fall to, I think, would be this peak over here. So I'm going to draw a line that goes through that point, which is right around $11.64. So hopefully it doesn't drop that low, but if it does, that might be a level it would stop at. Another level could be this peak right here, which would be right around $10.25. Before potentially falling lower, which it looks like there are these two peaks here as well as the peak here. And so that is right around $9.08 a share. So those are some interesting levels. Also, there's this gap down here, which is below $8.66. To fill it, that would be going to $7.86. So there's definitely a lot of potential downside with this, especially with earnings in a couple of days. But, it might still bounce and spend some more time in this wedge. But I just wanted to throw that up there to give you a little bit of an idea what the stock price might do. And then now I'm going to switch over to Block, which personally I'm a little more excited about this one. I think it seems a lot more clear the direction that it might go in, with earnings again on November 2nd in the after hours. And so looking at this chart and looking at this side panel, the 52-week low is $38.85, which was just hit, it looks like, on Monday, so just yesterday, October 30th. And so at an all-time low, if we zoom out, we would see that And there's also some bullish stuff going on with this. And so one of those bullish things actually comes to a Twitter post that I saw from TrendSpider. And so from this, we can see that beginning around October 2nd, there's this downtrend line as far as the stock price goes. But as far as the RSI goes, the relative strength index, that's going up. It's an uptrend, and that represents bullish divergence. So it's suggesting, as TrendSpider posted, square ticker symbol SQ or block flashing strong bullish RSI divergence into multi-year lows ahead of Thursday's Q3 earnings report. So it's something to look at. And so if we look at the chart, I have some lines that I've drawn, as well as the line that TrendSpider had, which is this blue line here and the yellow one for the RSI. So it's fairly, short term or very recent bullish divergence. And then just zooming out a little bit, not blocking it with my head, we can see that there's this downtrend here that served as support, did break through it one day. But that's where it's trading at. So with earnings coming up, and if we zoom out, we can really see, actually I'm going to go on the weekly time scale, so not the all-time lows, but pretty close to it. And so taking a step back, seeing this low here, that could be a potential downside if it does break lower as a result of earnings, and that would be right around $32 a share. So there's some potential downside there that you want to be aware of if you're trading this. But then if we zoom back in, it does look like this could bounce potentially up to maybe this peak here, which would be around $46 a share, or this line that I have highlighted, which is around $47.52, which was actually $47.54, which was the high on October 11th, so just a few weeks ago. And so, yeah, those are the two tickers that I wanted to go over. And so if you like this content, make sure you let me know in the comments below, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a happy Halloween. Good night.